Hello. In this video we're going to have a look at area and how we work out the area of different shapes. So, if we think back to the last video, area we said was a shape with two dimensions, or the second dimension. So let's say we've got a uniform kind of 2D shape. We'll all be familiar with a square. Okay. We want to measure how big this area is within the shapes, or how much area it spreads across. Now we've got, if I put some dimensions on here, let's just say that's 2 meters by 2 meters. And if I draw in a line at every meter interval, just there and just there, so we've got this shape split up into single 1 by 1 meter squares. If we count those little 1 by 1 meter squares up, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, that means that the area of this shape is 4 meter squared. Okay, it's as simple as that. So what we're actually symbolising with an area is how many 1 by 1 meter squares make up that big shape. That is an area. Now if I just go back a little bit and give you another method, we've already counted up and shown that we have got 4 meter squares within there, as you can see just there. Now the shortcut for working out an area of a square or a rectangular shape is simply to multiply one side by the other side. So we're going to have 2 meters multiplied by 2 meters. Okay? And if we multiply 2 and 2, we get 4 meter squared. So through all of the definition that I've done there, the main thing that you need to remember is to work out the area of a square or rectangular shape. All you've got to do is multiply one side by the other side. Okay, so let's get straight on to another example. What we're going to do is, let's have a look at a square that is 5 and let's call it centimetres this time, 5 centimetres by 5 centimetres. That means every single side measures 5 centimetres. I'm going to draw on the dimensions again, as good as I can do. Not perfect, but they'll do for this purpose. So we've got 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now if we think back to my method from the previous example, I said what we need to do is we need to multiply the length of one side, 5, by the length of the other side, 5. And if we do 5 times 5, it gives us 25, and these are going to be centimetre squares. Okay, so centimetre squared there. And that's the answer. It's as simple as that. You multiply one side by the other side, just there. So, the reason I've drawn these little 1 centimetre lines on here is just to prove why this answer exists. And if we count up how many 1 by 1 centimetre squares we've got, we should get 25. So let's put a dot in each one. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. There we go. So that answer is correct. And all we've done is we've multiplied one side by another. So that's for a uniform square. And this method also works for a rectangle. So let's just do a rectangle as an example. So we've got one that looks something like this. So let's say it's 2 centimetres by 4 centimetres. I'll draw on the lines again, just there. So that's split into 2, and that length is split up into 4. The method, as we said before, area is one side multiplied by the other side, which should give us 8, and we've measured it in centimetres, so this is going to be measured in centimetre squares. Okay, now because I've drawn the lines on there, I'm just going to do a little check how many 1 by 1 centimetre squares we have, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which means that answer is correct. So the area of this shape, it covers 8 centimetre squares, and that's how you work out the area of a square or rectangle. Multiply one side by the other, and that'll give you your answer.